Puteți să începeți.
Huh?
Puteți să începeți.
Da? Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second part of our workshop about public speaking. And this time we shall have some examples from both sides, from our sides and from your sides. I'm very glad to be in a system that is self-regulated. I was anxious if there would be enough examples to process them today, but it was very well self-regulated. So again, Laura Trifan and Andrei Dorobanțu for you. We're going to talk about learning by doing very briefly, some pitching mistakes. We shall present you our examples, then you will discuss the examples that you prepared, and we shall draw some conclusions. Learning by doing. We always heard that it is better to do than just to read or to listen to someone. So, we all know the best way of learning to cook is to watch a cooking show. Is it so? Apparently not. So you'd better get your hands dirty, yes, literally, in going to do, by chopping the vegetables and frying eggs in the process of learning. In a hands-on pitching, you are expected to participate actively, work on a real-life project like you are just started to do, to collaborate with others in preparing and summarizing the key facts of your idea, key facts, yes, distill your value into a simple, compelling sentence for immediate understanding by anyone from 9 to 99 years old, and adapt your pitch to resonate to specific interest of each listener. As we saw in the previous meeting, suggest a follow-up in form of exchanging visit cards or asking for to send them an offer, or I don't know, a new schedule, a new meeting. Briefly, your elevator pitch is your message to the world. Now, some pitching mistakes, like you saw that those laughter came again. The pitching mistakes are avoidable, or the most of them. The elevator pitches are critical for making strong first impressions in the presentation. These interactions may be being vague, yeah? You try to explain and lose yourself in explanations or too long sentences or something like that. Or using a jargon. For instance, very complicated expressions like reconceptualize or demassification or God knows something else, yeah? Try to talk in your words, like the Romanians say. Spune cu cuvintele tale. Then, third, not highlighting value. That is very important because time is money. People don't have enough time to listen to fairy tales. So the value has to be very strongly highlighted. Or not emphasizing the audience relevance, something that is very relevant for your interlocutor, that has to be stressed out. Or not finding the right words and thus getting nervous. And here I put two emojis for helping me talking or discussing. Why did I put a piano? It is the example of the players, the piano players. They are taught. I have a cousin who told me that during school, when she was very young, she was always be told to not to interrupt. If she makes a mistake, go on. Do not interrupt and do it again as you do it when you exercise. The same thing on the stage. Actors, yeah, if they drop a line, they forget a line, they don't start stuttering and scratching their head and trying to make it good again. So try to have a plan B always, to see how to make it smooth. Then let's see our examples. And I prepared for you a terrible 1-minute pitch, which we are going to discuss. I shall switch, and I just will tell you from the beginning that this pitch is loaded with 17 mistakes. Afterwards, you shall get a list of all 17 mistakes discussed and with a recommendation. Yeah, so we are not just listing them, but we are also discussing them. Let me switch. Just a moment.
Mai dați încă o dată drumul la partajare, dar de data asta cu audio.
Again.
Ăla cu include sound.
Hey, how you doing? This is me, Jackson Jeremiah Jethro III, giving you my elevator pitch. I'm a chief accountant at Jethro Partners Accountants. I'm a CPA with an MBA and a PhD with an MSc. I've got every qualification under the sun. Whatever you need, I've got it. We do everything. What do we do? What don't we do? What don't we do? We do accounts. You want accounts? We do accounts. You want tax? We do a tax. You want payroll? We do payroll. We do every single thing that any accountant could ever do. So whatever it is you want to be done, we do it. We've got it. Doesn't matter. Oh man, my phone's gone here. Okay, what else? What do I want? Okay, what do I want? Yeah, give me all your business. Whatever it is, give it to me, okay? We will cover everything. No matter what you've got, we'll cover it. We will do it all day, every day. Give me your business, give me your children's business, give me your partner's business, give me the whole company. Whatever it is we do, okay? Because I am Jackson Jeremiah Jethro III, making accountancy great again. Hey.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. What do you mean? What do you think? This is just a break, yeah, a strategic break to give you time to process a bit what you have heard, what you have just seen, yeah. You saw from the way he is dressed to the way he speaks, the way he doesn't make eye contact, so just pretending to look in the eyes of the audience, to looking on his phone. There are a lot of things to discuss. Of course, this pitching was a bit exaggerated, but that it is just a way of pointing out what we should do. No, the guy was speaking far too quickly. Yeah, he was absolutely shooting the words. Then he made no eye contact, as you saw, and he had a ridiculous call to action. We saw in the previous meeting what then we have to end with a call out, something like call me or write, or I can provide you more information, something like that. But he said, what did he say? Give me all your business and your children's business. Give me everything. I do everything. In the fifth row, he had no value, no value. He didn't point out what the advantages of clients could be. He only told his potential clients to give over their business. Then a poor body language. He didn't try to have any mimic or gestic, just pointing, and the whole appearance was a bit funny. Yeah, you should never in your dreams try to to show up like this consultant showed up. Yeah.
We actually have a question in regards to the appearance. Sorry to interrupt you, but I think it's relevant now that we got to point number 7. Somebody in the chat wrote, was it smart of the person in the video to wear sunglasses while pitching? I'm assuming they're referring maybe to the idea of eye contact or where your eyes are looking when you're talking to someone.
Definitely not. Definitely not. So that tried, on the contrary, he tried to hide the his eyes, which is in the non-verbal saying a lot about the person. So in the 8th row, what problem do you solve? He didn't mention anything about that. He was just shooting words and saying that he is the best. Then using a phone during the pitch, this is the absolutely no-go. You see, it's the battle with time, the battle with seconds sometime. It's absolute no-go to look on the phone or try to anything. You put it on silent before the pitching starts, because this is a sign of respect towards your interlocutor, affluence, and your own image. Then, reading from notes. You know, this is a long story. Sometimes there are people who say, yes, you are allowed to have a small note, maybe if you lose your ideas, but that fits to a broader presentation, yeah, to more consistent presentation. For a pitch, it is a battle with seconds, so you have to have it in your mind. So as good as you know your own name, as well do you have to pitch, yeah. Your fluency has to be rehearsed, and it's good to have everything in your mind and not to look over notes. Then a lame catchphrase. We were saying that the beginning is very important, the way you catch the attention of the interlocutors, yeah. Then talking too much. Also, it was a cascade of talking. This will also see a bit further. Knowing that it is the time pressure, you have the tendencies, not you, we all have the tendency to make it quick, to say a lot, to speak fast. It's not always an advantage in doing so. We shall discuss it in the next examples, but do not forget that the public speaker, the experienced public speakers, those who hold presentation to big masses of people or so, politicians, also professors, also those who make rhetorics, they used to insert at some points a short break for what? Of giving the audience the time to judge a bit, to think about what they're saying and to highlight some ideas. Of course, we may not exaggerate because the pitching is something you do it very quickly. But anyway, we are not reporters at TV where you have to fill the minute. It's good sometime to make just a small break to point out one key word. Then, nothing about his competition. Bad, 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 because you always make the so-called benchmark, yes? You compare to the competitors. In your case, here at Hardcore Entrepreneur, maybe this is not necessary. It's just that you compare with anything, with everything that's on the market. You may stress out and highlight saying, on the market now we have a lot of apps that do this and that, but it's not enough. So we came with a new app. This you may, but not trying to say bad things about the competition. Just highlighting your own product. Too much jargon, it's clearly, not too complicated or too technical explanations, because if the client or the interlocutor is interested in your product or in your idea, they will follow up. They will propose a next meeting where the details will be anyway presented. No emotional plea. That means it was a very flat voice in his presentation, very fast speaking, but nothing emotional in it. And we say we have to create those, the so-called rapport. It is from French, but it is international, trying to establish a connection to the other person or persons, to the whole audience. No journey. So it was nothing which differentiated the beginning from the end of the presentation. It was just words and words spoken fastly and too full of himself. I think we noticed. Well, like I said, in the end, after I'll be finishing, I shall put you on the group, on the WhatsApp group, on support annex with this 17 elevator pitch mistakes. But starting from this extreme example, you will have also recommendations. Okay, I think I'll pass over to my colleague Andy, and then I'll be back. Please, Andy.
Sure. Thank you very much. Just give me a moment to select my share screen as well. Hopefully it is visible for everyone. Okay,
Yes.
So given the fact that you have prepared for us, as we have asked you today, or I think from yesterday already, some examples of your pitches, we decided, okay, to show some initiative to not leave you in the dark. I myself will also prepare 3 examples of pitches. Most of them have some good things in them, but most of the stuff here has certain common mistakes, errors that one might do. So let's start with the very first one. I'm trying right now to get in the role of the character that I'm playing. So, hi, my name is Andre, and today I'll present to you an application that I've been thinking for quite some time, actually for a few years now. And I believe that it has a lot of potential in the market because technology is evolving very fast and people are using their phones more and more every day. So it makes sense to create something useful for them. So basically, the app is kind of a mix between productivity, social media, and maybe even a bit of AI, because nowadays everything has AI. And what it does is helps user organize their tasks, but also connects to other users. and maybe share ideas or collaborate in different ways. The idea came to me when I realized that sometimes I personally struggle with organizing my time, and I think many people feel the same, especially students or younger professionals, because there are so many things to do and sometimes it gets overwhelming. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. I think it would be really useful in the future. It took me a second. I really struggled to prepare the very first example because these are mistakes that I've been doing when I was smaller. I've gotten since past them, but it was hard to try to re-expose them to myself. So I guess everyone has noticed the very first thing, which was the fact that there was no clear construction whatsoever. Let's start actually with the overall idea, was the fact that it was confusing because I've talked about an idea, I've talked about doing it for a long time, I've talked about including AI and connecting people, but there wasn't something focused that I've been presenting. It was just a cloud. I wasn't even trying to sketch the borders of the idea that I was about to present to this person, even though I've spoken quite a lot, even though I did it really fast. So yeah, there was no clear structure with the way that I've been pitching. The message was definitely way too long, and for the amount that I have taken, I haven't said anything meaningful or have left you with an overall interesting impression or a hook, something that makes you connect, something that piques your interest while you are listening to me. And even the solution itself, I have actually tried to focus all of my examples on something that is mobile application related, given the context of our competition, precisely so that you can understand that from the get-go, you need to introduce us to the idea that you're trying to develop. It's not just about how charming you are, about how fast you're speaking, or about how many fancy or simple words you're using. You need to introduce us from the more or less get-go into, hey, this is my lane, let me tell you what we'll be presenting today. And then take us on this journey. So yeah, some suggestions would be to clearly define this from the beginning, to be a little more direct, especially in the infancy of your presentation, in the beginning of it, and to remove all the filler words. Like if the person is interested, they will have follow-up questions. When this idea came to you? Was it in your dream? Was it since you were a child? Whatever. But yeah, focus to the main of it, and then the follow-up questions will fill in whatever you have missed on saying, okay? Let's move on to our next practical exercise. Yeah. Hello, I'm here to present my application. It is a mobile app that allows users to manage tasks, create lists, and set reminders. It has features such as notifications, calendar integration, and user accounts. The interface is clear and modern, and it works on both Android and iOS. We use modern technology to build it, and it is scalable and efficient. The backend is optimized, and the performance is very good. So yeah, this is my application. Now, some of the advice that I have previously mentioned were already put into practice for this particular pitch, which is great. But there's still worth some things that me personally, and I think Professor Tifan as well can agree that could have been done better. The very first thing is the fact that I only pursued the technical matter, which, of course, from the perspective of this contest, you might think, well, what's wrong with that? Well, again, this part of the workshop is focusing more on the pitching idea, trying to make you relatable, trying to show to somebody, to us, the audience, to the jury, what makes you different, what makes you special, what makes you personable and relatable. So, of course, eventually you need to get more into the details about the application, but you should allegedly already know how to do that on your own. If you have developed the application on your own, we shouldn't be giving you advice on how to present that application, but rather the concept and the wrapping around it, if you will. So yeah, just focusing on the technical part might seem a little dry, a little boring, and especially for people who in the audience might have done something different entirely and not even covering the business aspect or a little personal aspect would come out as cold. Plus, there was no clear value or reasoning behind it, like why are you even interested in the first place to develop this application? You didn't even say just to make money. Even that could have been said, and it would have been better than not saying anything whatsoever about your motivation. Basically, it lacked a unique selling point, the USP. So definitely keep that in mind. I'm aware that you're already considering, hey, what's the difference between the pitching and me presenting the application? It is precisely that even if you shoot one video, one recording, one should be the pitching side, where you introduce us into this world of the universe, in this creation that you have made with the story, with the motivation, with the selling point and everything. And then for the nerdy nerds for the engineers, you will show us, hey, this is how the application is working. These are the functionalities, how I developed it, and what makes it so special. But you need to first, as they say, you first need to take us to dinner and then show us the application. Okay. And as for my final example, I think this is an absurd one, but again, I will try to play it theatrically. Give me a second. Okay. Hi. So I guess I'll try to present my idea. It's like an app that helps people maybe find events in their city or something like that. I'm not really sure if it's something new because there are already apps that do that, but mine could be a bit different somehow. So yeah, that's basically it. Okay, back to regular me. I understand that it's a challenge to talk alone into a camera or talk in front of an audience, talk in front of a bigger audience, people that are older than you, more experienced. But as I have told you from our previous workshop, confidence makes for a good convincer. Confidence is for champions. Given the fact that you have come up with this idea, you have come up with a plan to sell it, you have developed it and worked hard on it, it doesn't matter if you're not going to be inventing the new car, a flying car, whether you're making an application that everybody from the entire of the world, 8,000 million people will be using or not. It's about the confidence of being certain in the quality of your work and your product and showing that to us, showing that, hey, this is something that I've been passionate about, something that I've brought through my passion into the physical realm as an application, as a product, as a service that I'm delivering. And yeah, you should all listen to me. So yeah, hesitation and uncertainty will make you seem either uninterested or not motivated, or that you from the beginning are sure that you're not deserving of a prize or being admitted to the next stage, to the finals. So try to communicate with more confidence to avoid, again, filler words such as and like and breaks. It's unavoidable, I get it, to fully dismiss them all from the beginning, but try at least to be a little aware of them when you're doing them. Try to state the idea to make it clear and end on a strong statement. Be like, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure presenting you this idea, and I'm looking forward to your feedback as of now. Try to interact with them. Try to let them know that I've done my part. Everything went well as far as I'm concerned. So it's time to hear from you. What was your opinion and how will you see this idea be fit? At least that, I would say, are the main observations that one could summarize from each individual demo of presentation that I have shown you. Now, there is some additional overall advice that I have prepared for you. Hopefully it's already visible, the screen. For this context, of course, I was supposed to read because I didn't learn these 3 speeches by heart. Nor should you, as Professor Trifan said, the whole idea about flashcards, having like a piece of paper with a small information that you write so that you can remember stuff can be really good, but avoid reading entire sentences or paragraphs from the PowerPoint. This isn't a readings club, this isn't a lecture, this is a presentation. It needs to be vibrant, it needs to be entertaining, it needs to be interactive, and there's nothing interactive about reading and just listening. If anything, it will remind you from your time when your parents were reading stories to you and you were about to fall asleep. So yeah, we definitely are not trying to make the audience fall asleep. Pause if you must. There might be moments where you are feeling a little bit lost, or you might be getting emotional, or because of the fact that you have been speaking louder or faster or differently than you normally are, it is after all an entirely new context for you, you might lose your train of thought, you might lose yourself in the moment. So that's why, again, the whole idea about flashcards or having something on the presentation that you are showing could be very useful. If you have an image that reminds you of the idea, the title itself, one or two words, or even a sentence that is different than what you're about to say, but in the same area, it could remind you, right, this was what I was talking about. Let's get back into the moment. Let's forget about the thing that was distracting me. Let's continue talking about this. Pause if you need to gather your thoughts a little bit, but use the presentation or the flashcard as an anchor to get back to us, because the show must go on, as they say. And last but not least, keep your message simple, keep it impactful, and precise whatsoever. If there are going to be follow-up questions, let them be at the end. If you're looking at the audience and you feel like people are gradually bending over to look at you, more interested, their eyes are popping up, that's when maybe you could expand more on an idea. But generally, they want to get through the gist of it. They want to understand what makes it new and unique, and then be like, okay, then let's see how you actually made it unique. Tell me more about this. It's going to become then a dialogue, not just a monologue from your side. That's the whole idea of a presentation. Okay, it starts up a conversation. And then if you manage to do it well, if you've managed to make people interested, they will continue the conversation and ask you for more details. Yeah, that was my part of the workshop for today. I will be now passing the mic again to my colleague, Professor Trifan, and I hope that these three examples were somewhat fun and teachable for you.
Okay, thanks, Andy. Now we shall go on with your proposals, your examples. We shall discuss them and see what conclusions we may draw from here. I'll switch a bit because I took them, I picked them out in order to have them, but I have to switch with a presentation. So it was very nice how how everything functioned in putting them together, because this year is a bit different from the previous one, and we had no idea if there would be a lot of pitching examples or no, not any. But it's self-regulated. That's why I say it for the third time. Yeah. So your examples. We have here exactly in the succession that you sent them to us. Mihai Arișanu sent the presentation from actually they're pitching from last year, and we shall look together to exactly that minute where their pitching started. Then Vlad Bogdan Gherghinciu, I didn't understand the whole title of the project, so that I put dots. Then Luca Dascălu, Notion app, and Eric Luca Stancu, which sent me an audio. which is very good because the portfolio is complex enough. Okay. Yes.
Hi, I'd like to start the presentation with a simple question. I want to raise the hands the persons who enjoy watching team sports, football, basketball, volleyball, doesn't matter. All right, so I guess you know the feeling when something like that is happening. The well-known moment from the Euro from the last summer.
Comes up top, gets it. James on the drive, gets in the paint, layup, missed it. Wow, clear.
So, to avoid moments like this,
I'm blind, I'm deaf, I wanna be a ref. I'm blind, I'm deaf, I wanna be a ref.
that's why I'm here. My name is Mihai Rișanu and I'm official junior basketball referee for the Romanian Juvenile Championships. I developed RefPedia because I don't think it's a surprise to any of you that these days young people, young people doesn't read as much, and if they read, they have problem in understanding and retaining the information they just read. So reading a rule book about 250 pages is not a good idea for them. So RefPedia comes with video lessons better for them. I started RefPedia by looking at Fee by Ref, a great app, an app with a vast collection of PDFs files, great for the ref with already a few years of experience, or for the people who enjoy reading. But it has almost zero application with a young ref. That's why I created RefPedia, I developed RefPedia, an Expo React Native app using a Firebase database. Now I will show you a short demo of the app. I will share screen my phone on the projector. I'm sorry, I have a small problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you like to start, Professor, or should I?
Yes. No. I'm just switching the. I'm just switching the presentation, but I have to. Just a second. Maybe you do the feedback until I'm switching, please.
Sure. Okay, so about RefPedia. Again, right now we're focusing on the beginning, on the pitching of the presentation. That's why we stopped before the demo, because again, the demo, the explaining of the technical how-to, that's not really our concern right now. The first one is introducing yourself to the audience. You started by introducing yourself, and the very next thing that you did was trying to build a rapport, or however is it called in French. Sadly, I know English and German. French was not my strong point. trying to build a connection with the audience by asking them if they watch any sports whatsoever. You even said, oh, football, basketball, or whatever. Or whatever is not a good word to use because it seemed disingenuous, not really honest, but I get the idea. It was the beginning of the presentation and you were still a little maybe scared, maybe uncomfortable. It's fine. Trust me when I tell you that until you get experience talking in front of people, you will always talk by default a little faster than usual. Somehow your brain is like in this constant feeling of maybe dread, maybe emotions and anxiousness. So you are somehow trying to compensate that by moving the presentation faster so that everything gets finished sooner. Sometimes that can be a good thing, but not in this case, because you don't have time to actually wait for people to raise their hand if they say, are you watching football, basketball? You don't actually create a genuine pause to interact with the audience. You seem like you are hurrying yourself because you are running out of time, but you are at the beginning of the presentation. How could you be running out of time? So generally, until you actually gather some experience, I would suggest as you are talking, try for a second if you have a chance when a video is playing or when you are switching slides to think how fast did this actually go, because the answer will be generally faster than usual. And try to take a breather, inhale, exhale, and then continue again a little slower. It will feel a little more natural. It will feel, because it is natural, a little better, and you will be showing more confidence and fitting more into the shoes. And this also applies with the materials. Whenever you are switching from talking into letting the slides, the videos talk for you, it will seem more natural when you're doing this. Not as if you're like, okay, I'm done talking, let the presentation run and you focus on the presentation only. You know, it needs to be clear that you are the presenter and the PowerPoint is just a tool. Not that you are introducing the PowerPoint and he's the one presenting the project. Yeah. Did you prepare, Professor? Or should I maybe share?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I like the opening question for catching the attention. That was very good. I agree with Professor Dorobanțu. Yes, but I want to stress out that this catching the attention was correctly induced. Yeah, you had a good fluence. The strict you could see that the script was very well structured in your mind. And technically, be attentive not to start a record before you got your sentence to the end. Yeah, technically, you showed that a part of that reel from the basketball match while you were still talking, and no one could hear your sentence till the end. We know it is a short time, but do not overlap the phases because it's not an advantage for you. Yeah, about the posture, I just want to suggest not to, wiggle from left to right while speaking. That was, of course, this stage fright. It's understandable. Stay on your feet. And I will disclose you one thing from my beginnings as a trainer. I participated in a TOT, training of trainers for developing entrepreneurial skills. I was about 30 years old, and we were filmed. At that time, it was not so easy to film like it is today, yeah, to show yourself. And the trainer had a video cam, they brought a TV, we put the video on screen, and I could see how stiff I was. Believe me, I was staying like that because my voice was away. I was speaking like a little girl because I had stage fright. But during time, I could surpass it. In what? Try to rehearse or either to rehearse or to film yourself in the rehearsal and then look at you critically. That would be a suggestion. And try to make eye contact. In the first row, look at someone. What do you think? Or I see there is a person, I don't know. Small tricks. I know you are not that confident, but you could try it. So thank you. The second one was Vlad Bogdan Gherghinciu. I have it here in the yes, I'll open it and then make them. Yes, just a second to transfer the. So, Foundation. Yes, here, please.
Hi, I'm Vlad from Attention Capitalist. Did you know that more than 70% of students wish to start their own business? Well, we also noticed that entrepreneurial education in Romania is very much notion-based, which makes it much harder for you to learn, and it also makes it more boring. So we decided to make a simulator that puts you in charge of your own business, where you are put in a dynamic market and you learn by doing. Our platform is designed to be modern, accessible, and very much engaging, so you can learn in a hands-on way and to see if you got what it takes to be an entrepreneur. It's now your time to start your business adventure with us. Hi, I'm Vlad from...
Great. So, my advice would be, I like very much that you had a good start with a dynamic, a dynamic introduction, pointed out the advantages of the app, and how a minus point, a disadvantage, may be solved by the new app. Maybe less balancing in the posture. You were more confident than others, let's say. And it would be good to, again, to film yourself at the rehearsal. That would be my feedback. Andy, please. You have the mic off.
Yeah, sorry, just a moment.
No.
Yeah. You basically covered everything that I wanted to say as well. The presentation was good. The whole idea of maybe posing from a higher angle and feeling like you need to move a little because you're the one entertaining us and you don't have a PowerPoint prepared or a web application that's already, or a mobile application that is there, don't worry about it. When you will have the presentation, you'll just need to sit at the table, move the slides, move maybe your hands a little and stuff like that, so there won't be any need for that. It will feel a little more natural. I would say that it feels that you are somewhat a little more accustomed to talking in front of a camera, but do take Professor Trifan's advices to improve for the final pitch, where you will be doing it for your application, so that it can be even better than it is now. But you already are, well, I wouldn't say from the starting line, but a little ahead from it.
Okay, so the next person is Luca Dascalu.
Hello, I'm Luca, and today I want to ask you a question. How many tools does it take for you to stay organized? Be them notes, docs, calendars? The problem here is not you necessarily, but rather that your tools are all over the place. Meet Notion. Notion is your all-in-one workspace for organizing your projects, your databases, your tasks. And you might ask, what makes Notion so special? What's it bring to the table? Well, Notion is 100% free, and most importantly, it's fully modular. So students and teachers and career professionals can all use it and adapt it to their cases. I urge you to try it today by using one of their free templates and using the QR code below. Please ask me if you have any questions. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay. So, the presentation was well organized, and I liked the format that you chose with you on the same screen with a presentation. Everything was okay. It was more static. What I would suggest, what I would advise would be that to come out from the comfort zone with your voice, because it was a bit flat, you know, but you pointed out interesting things, the key points. But just play with the voice. Dare to do it, you know? So trying more intonation and so to point out those things who are very important. And we could notice that from starting from the mid of the presentation, your voice got more confident. So keep on. Andy, please.
Yeah. Really good job on the presentation. Of course, other than the RefPedia one, compared to Vlad, you also had the visual to help out a little and better simulate the idea of the type of pitching that you will be doing inside of the confines of this competition. So, yeah, I would say you're off to a really good start. Don't forget what we have already advised you to avoid. Maybe prepare another take or two until you fully get accustomed to the flow, to the speed of the delivery, to maybe some verbal tics that you might be doing that you might be unaware of. And yeah, looking forward to seeing the final result.
Thank you. And now, last but not least, I have to find it because this one was on, no, here. Yes. So.
Hello, my name is Eric and I'm here to present my idea. Nowadays, students face problems with organizing their schoolwork and using their time efficiently. This can often lead to losing interest in learning, failing classes, or even dropping out. To solve this, I have created Study Buddy, an app designed to keep students on track with what they're learning at school while also gaining a better insight into the subjects. The app is very simple to use. You just enter your username, choose the subject that you want to study, and you get a fully personalized study plan with focus sessions, extra materials, explanations, and also daily reminders. Study Buddy is meant to help students achieve better results while staying organized and using their time as efficiently as possible.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Eric Stancu was the fourth person who sent us the pitch. Was just audio. He sent it to me on WhatsApp in the private message. And I would like to encourage him because he said he was not so sure if he did it well. You have a big potential with your voice and the fact that you don't rush when you speak out. Yeah. And this is a very a big plus for you. Yeah. You speak clearly and this is a big advantage. And the audience is following your idea pretty easily. In this minute, you could provide almost no technical things about your study buddy, but the beginning was very good. So I encourage you to do it in this way. And summarizing from all four of you, before Andy also gives his feedback, I would say everyone has a big plus. So if you take the good parts, the plus points from all of you four, then you'll have the perfect pitching. Yes? Voila. Andy, please.
Yes, I agree with you, Professor. They definitely deserve their round of applause for the fact that they were courageous enough and prepared enough to show us something for today's workshop. It is definitely commendable of you. Congratulations. That's the thing about public speaking. Like, even at least myself, I don't pretend to be schooled in this matter, to have taken trainings in this matter. It was just about trying to be myself, even when I was uncomfortable, even when I was stressed, when I was under pressure, when I was facing a lot of people in the audience, people that I didn't know. But every time I still had an anchor that would bring me there and would keep me calm, whether the topic that I was passionate about, whether the fact that people were interested in hearing about myself and their interest was coming from a place of genuine curiosity or attention. This is, at least in the context of the hardcore entrepreneur competition, a place where we are genuinely curious about your ideas. We want to support you. We want to help you out. Of course, it might not go good the first time or the second time. Luckily, we keep this contest for 6 years and hopefully we'll keep on going with it. So if you'll have a chance, maybe you can partake next year as well or in the following years. But generally, this should be a teaching experience from you. And I'm fairly confident that it will help you develop not only on your technical how-to and how to develop mobile application, but hopefully as a person as well. So, yeah. Professor, would you like to conclude us for today?
Yes, sure. So, some conclusions. I will just give the example of Maya Angelou. This was an American writer, professor, and civil rights activist. She was a leading figure in the African American civil rights movement in the USA. She passed away in 2014. But she said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. In everything that you try in this exercise, and maybe you'll get a vendor one day for technical parts, don't forget that to create also rapport. Figures, methods, everything helps, but the way how you relate to the people is to the interlocutor and the potential customer is very important. Just a review of the IDA rule. We do not forget what we said previously. It was this attention, interest, desire, action. You see in the desire phase is emotion. You try to convince the person to be interested in your project, either to buy or to support you in developing. I'm not insisting on that, but I wanted to make a parallel. And the modern day speech structure, just to see that usually in theoreticizing everything, there are many possibilities. So you may have the opening when you engage, then the introduction when you lead in, the main body when you give the substance, then the conclusion when you deliver meaning, and in the closing, you make this satisfy that the customer is coming to you and trying a follow-up. You may induce it, of course. As for today, I am very glad that we did it and you helped us a lot. Are there any questions? If yes, then we shall wait 2-3 more minutes to see if we can answer. Otherwise, you may ask us until the final if you have specific questions regarding the pitching. Yeah?
We do have in front of us the chat from the YouTube Live, so if there are any questions, we'll be waiting a little for you. Luca is telling us, thank you for the advice, Professor. So you are welcome. Looking forward to seeing you put it to good use.
Okay. So only one. So we are waiting. Yes, we are waiting 2 more minutes to see if there is someone commenting or having some questions.
I guess it's safe to say that if there are any questions, both myself and Professor Trifan are available on the support group so that we may address them. If you have any follow-up questions, just let us know over there. It is Sunday after all, so most likely you would like to get back to enjoying your weekend.
Sure.
We still would like to thank you very much for participating today, taking your time to join us. And we'll be seeing each other online and hopefully in the finals as well in Bucharest.
Yes, of course. And that's the final thing. Ready. So that was all for today. We wish you a great afternoon and thank you.